travel is at the top of everyone's list. Our next guest says the summer is also a great time to think about saving money. David Selig is the founder of TrueTaxHelp.com, and he joins us now with some early tax advice. Good morning, David.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Here it is June, and we're just coming off of the April tax time, but it is something to think about all the time.
Absolutely, and this summer is going to be a great time, a good opportunity for people. If you want to do a little home renovation, you may get an energy-efficient cooling system or heaters or windows or insulation, and you may even qualify for a tax credit. So you should speak to your accountant. And I'd just like to add, the summer might be a great time to meet with a good accountant because they're not that busy right now.
You're good. Well, right. Come on, will somebody call, please? Well, that's interesting. What you're talking about is getting energy-efficient products. Sure. But you need to save the paperwork so
Absolutely.
You can show your accountant and you'll get a credit.
Yes, you can. You know, there are rules that govern it. So it shouldn't be the only reason why you decide to make these replacements. But if you need it, check, do your homework, and you can go on irs.gov for specific information if you have some questions you want to ask your accountant about it.
Sounds good.
Right.
Also, another thing that happens in the summer, of course, vacations, and there's a chance if you can work a business meeting in, you can get credit for that as well?
Absolutely. A lot of people overlook that because, you know, there was so much abuse in writing off lunches and all sorts of other nonsense. But if you have a bona fide purpose for going on a trip, you can write off a significant amount of those expenses. You can bring your family along. You won't be able to write off their expenses.
No.
But it still helps.
Because we're talking about gasoline, possible food, whatever it is. That involves the business meeting itself.
Any number of things, absolutely.
What about summer camps?
Okay, that's a great thing. If you have a day camp for your children, 13 or under, you can certainly take a child care credit for that, and that's very helpful for people who are not sending their children away to summer camp. Working parents and such, they don't want their children hanging around home. Federal government recognizes that, and they're trying to incentivize it.
When we talked about what's going on at your home, thinking back to storm damage over the past tax year, that's something too that you need to quantify?
Right, but I want to urge everybody in your viewing audience right now, this summer would be a great time to document all of your valuable items, videotape or take photographs, back up all of your important documents and save them on an external disk or even in one of these services online in case you know, your house burns down or you're in a disaster area. You're going to need all of these documents and records. And now would be a great time to get your house in order. It's also a great time for charitable deductions. Go through your old clothing, your various items, give to the poor. Itemize what they are, write them out. Record what their fair market value is. And when you give them to these bona fide charitable organizations, make sure you get a written receipt acknowledging it. Otherwise, you can find yourself in a lot of trouble where they say no good deed goes unpunished.
Also, too, it's more than just, hey, I want a tax credit. Let's just talk about the goodness of it.
Absolutely.
Pick an organization that means something to you, and that tax credit is an extra benefit. You're also just doing something good, which is important. What about this lost lottery tickets?
Okay.
Well, I don't get that.
All right. The way it works under our system of tax law is when you get that big lottery winning, well, that's taxed, but you can offset it against all of your gambling losses. So save those losing dollar tickets. Every dollar that you gain, you can write $1 off. But a word to the wise, don't run around trying to collect a bunch of losers. If you want $1 million in a scratch-off ticket, don't, you know, you're not going to fool anyone. Chances are it'll cost you a lot more than you anticipated.
A lot more trouble than it's worth. I like what you said about the summer. I mean, it is not tax time. Take advantage of these long summer days and do the inventory of your home and your life and put it all on record. That's good advice.
Thank you.
Thank you, David Selig. Thanks for being here, founder of TrueTaxHelp.com. We'll be right back after